This story is why, with me, trust is earned and never will be just a given anymore. I used to hand out trust too easily, and if people messed that up, I would cut them off. But the problem is, you never really know someone's true intentions. And this story completely changed the way I look at trust. It's the reason I'll never trust people the same again. For years, I hung out with this guy. He seemed pretty cool, and for the most part, he had my back. For privacy's sake, I'll change our names. I think it's important to mention for details I'm black. He was white. We'll call him Kyle. Kyle and I met during my freshman year of high school. I was new to Alabama, and the school I went to was predominantly white. Making friends wasn't easy. Kyle was the first person who came up to me, started talking, and actually made me feel welcome. Back then, that meant everything. As the years went on, Kyle and I grew close. Weekends were filled with basketball, riding bikes, or just killing time at the gas station down the street. And honestly, I never had a reason to question our friendship, at least not at first. Looking back now, there were small signs I ignored, like when his other friends made slick comments about me, about my hair, about my skin, and instead of shutting it down, Kyle would just laugh. Or when we went to certain parties and I could feel the stares and whispers around me. He'd always brush it off, saying, "Don't worry about it, man, they're just messing with you." But deep down, I knew it wasn't a joke. There was one night during our junior year that really stuck with me. Kyle finally invited me over to his house. I was excited to meet his family, but the second I stepped in, I could feel it. His parents didn't like me. They made little remarks, asked questions like, "Why would someone like you even move to a town like this?" I tried to ignore it, but then, while his mom was making dinner, I noticed her do something strange to my plate. I swear, I saw her spit in my food. I didn't make a scene. I just told Kyle I had to leave, that my mom needed me at home. I left that house feeling disgusted and completely unwelcome. But still, I trusted him, because at the time he was the only real friend I had. Then came the night everything changed. Kyle invited me to hang out with him and some of his buddies. They lived about 30 minutes outside of town, in a more rural area. I didn't think much of it. We'd all hung out before. But when I pulled up, something felt off. The house was dark. The only light came from a fire pit in the backyard. I could hear laughter, but it wasn't friendly laughter. It was sharp, cruel. When I walked around back, I saw Kyle with about 5 other guys I barely knew. And the second I stepped into the firelight, the energy shifted. One of them looked me up and down and said, "Damn, Kyle really brought one tonight." Everyone laughed, everyone except me. I turned to Kyle, waiting for him to say something, anything, to shut it down. But he didn't. He just smirked. That's when it hit me. I wasn't here as a friend. I was here as the joke. They circled around me, throwing questions. Where did I live? Why did I talk different? Why did I think I could fit in here? Their tone wasn't teasing. It was threatening. And Kyle just stood there, silent. At some point, I told them I had to head home. They tried to convince me to stay, even said they had a finale planned. I didn't stick around to find out what that meant. I walked to my car fast, my stomach tight, hands shaking as I turned the key. And as I pulled off, I saw Kyle running, yelling for me to come back. I didn't stop. The whole drive home, one thought haunted me. What would have happened if I had stayed? The next day, Kyle acted like nothing happened. No apology, no explanation, just like it was a normal night. He even tried to hang out again. But by then, I'd already made my choice. That was the night I learned the truth about trust. It's not about how long you've known someone. It's about what they do when it matters most. And to this day, I'll never forget the sound of their laughter around that fire, or the way Kyle just stood there smiling. That was the night I realized, trust can be the most dangerous thing you'll ever give someone.